welcome back to the Tula Pink 2025 Quilt Along, hosted by me, Rachel of the Electric Bee. And what are we doing? Well, as per usual, we are sewing our way through Tula Pink's 100 modern quilt blocks. And we're doing 2 blocks a week, and this is week number 18, which is very exciting. So we did blocks number 35 and 36. So very exciting week this week because we finished up the rectangle block. So this is block number 35, which is the last of the rectangle section. Super fun block here. Great opportunity for fussy cutting. And then we started on our next section, which is triangles. And here is our first triangle block. So block number 36. Super fun. So I thought I would, let's start by showing my blocks and then I'll show some of yours. So, ta-da! Oh man, fun. So we're gonna start with Jeremy's. So this is using the Oak and Maple collection, and my gosh, these turned out really pretty. So we'll start with the block number 35, last of the rectangles. I really like this color combination. I don't think I've used this for like a two fabric block before, but I really like how it turned out. Super pretty. And then block number 36, our very first half square triangle. Now I do kind of explain in my video that I always like to make my half square triangles bigger and then cut down. That's really how I get the accuracy, but this one turned out really pretty. I made sure that my wheat was going in the correct direction. That's why it's always really important to, kind of try out your fabric, audition it, if you will, to make sure it's going in the correct direction. And yeah, super pretty. I'm excited to be on a new section. It's always fun. So I'll put in pictures here. The first will be all of the cross blocks. Then I'll show all of the rectangle blocks. So I'll put those in right here. Fun, huh? All right, so now let's talk about my Tula Pink blocks. I mean, obviously these turned out so pretty. My block number 35, I love these 2 fabrics. I really like that, I included this homemade fabric. I just think it's really fun, especially, I was able to kind of fussy cut, some of the tools, which is always really fun. I just really, really like this one. And then here's my very first half square triangle. Again, I kind of used homemade a lot. And then, put some gray in the middle. I just think it turned out super pretty. So very excited for this week's blocks and looking forward to doing all the rest of the triangles. So I'll put in some pictures here. Here's all my Tula Pink cross blocks, all of the rectangle blocks. All right, now again, unfortunately nobody put any pictures on Instagram, so I really only have my mom's blocks to show you. So she did so pretty. I really like, so we'll start with her block number 35. I really like the fact that she used a tree, much like Tula Pink used a tree. I think that block is just super pretty. And then her block number 36, again, really love the oranges. I love the color combination. I'm pretty sure I gave her the fabric that she used on the background there. That's a Ruby Star Society fabric and it just looks so pretty. I actually get to see some of my mom's blocks in person recently, and hers is just looking fabulous. So good job, Mom. Just to remember, if you would like me to show pictures of your blocks, make sure you're following me at Electric Bee Quilting. Use the hashtag TP100block2025 so that I can see your pictures and put them here on this weekly recap. So what do we got coming up next week? Well, next week we continue on with our triangles, doing blocks 37 and 38. We are just cruising on through. Which is super fun. The weather is really nice. May is going to be a busy month for me, but an exciting one. And then it'll be June. And I mean, isn't that just how time works? It just is a continuum. But yeah, actually not a lot exciting with me crafty wise this week. So, I'm hoping to, get a little bit more sewing in. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful week and I will see you next time. Bye.